You're gonna make millions of dollars, committing all kinds of cool crimes in GTA 5. But somehow, it's still not gonna be enough to buy the golf course at the end of the game. This is Rockstar's way of telling you, crime doesn't pay.
So you mean to tell me this was all for nothing?
The stock market does. Here's how you can make $10 billion just by optimizing heists, doing a few side quests, and playing the stock market. In the beginning, your goal is simple. Save as much money as possible. Don't buy any properties, vehicle upgrades, or unnecessary weapons. And, this is important, do not visit any of the green L missions on your map yet. We're going to get to Lester later. He's the key to becoming a billionaire. But first, we have to build up some cash. Now, before planning the jewelry store heist, you'll want to unlock 2 new crew members. First, head to this location, near Franklin's house, to trigger a random event with 2 bumbling burglars.
No getaway car! I cannot believe this! I cannot! Hey, tough guy, we need a ride!
Pick them up and drive them to their destination, and you'll unlock Packy as a new gunman. Next, complete friend requests and wait for a call from an unknown number. This unlocks Ricky as a new hacker. When planning the heist, choose option B and hire Kareem as your driver, Packy as your gunman, and Ricky as your hacker. With this crew, as long as you collect all the jewels on time, Michael should earn over $1.2 million, and Franklin should get around $300,000. Now this is a good start, but before you invest in any stocks, you should really try to increase your investment capital by doing a few side missions. As Trevor, head to this location to trigger a random event. Once you return the bike back to its rightful owner, nothing happens.
Oh, you're the man, buddy!
You're gonna have to wait a few days to get an email saying he's deposited $100,000 worth of stock into your account. Just open your portfolio and sell it all for a quick profit. Next, head to this location to pick up a drunk couple. Get in their car, but instead of driving them back to their hotel, deliver them to the altruist cult on Mount Chiliad to receive $2,000 from the cultists.
For a price.
And so it is. So it is.
Then head to this location to pick up a hitchhiker, and this location to pick up a drunk driver. After delivering all 4 victims to the compound, Trevor will also be kidnapped at gunpoint. Once you clear out the compound, search the porches for 4 briefcases worth $25,000 each. Finally, travel to this location at the northern edge of the map, where you'll find 2 men in the process of burying a woman alive. Rescue her, drive her to safety, and wait a few in-game days. Then, she'll call from an unknown number and transfer $60,000 directly into your bank account.
Whoa, I gotta tell you about this ass.
Now Michael can earn a lot more money just by joining a different cult. But fair warning, this is easily one of the longest side quests in the game. To get started, open Michael's web browser and search for Epsilon in the search bar. Complete the identity test, and you'll receive a new Strangers and Freaks marker on your map. When Michael approaches the red truck, he'll be knocked out, abducted, and dumped in the desert wearing nothing but his underwear. After a minute, you'll receive a message asking for $500. Make the donation, wait 24 hours, and you'll get another mission with the Epsilon symbol. This is the first in a long chain of missions that require you to donate another $5,000, steal these 5 vehicles, donate another $10,000 or $5,000 twice, buy the Epsilon robes for $25,000, and wear them for 10 days straight, or sleep in them 40 times in a row, fly a plane to sandy shores, and run 5 miles through the desert. Finally, Michael will be summoned to the Epsilon Program Center, where Chris will ask him to deliver a big bale of cash to a nearby helicopter. Now you can try to drive away with the money, but they have lots of guns and a helicopter that'll turn your car into Swiss cheese. The better option is to follow the convoy and then take out the cultists when you reach the helicopter. Then once you lose the cops, Michael gets to walk away with $3.2 million in the bank. After you complete the Merryweather heist, switch to Franklin and travel to this location and purchase the Sonar Collection stock for $250,000. Then climb into the submarine at the end of the dock and start collecting all 30 barrels of nuclear waste around the map. Now this takes a while, and it's really not that fun, but it is highly profitable. Once you've collected all 30 barrels, Franklin should have over $1 million in the bank, and your balances should look something like this. Now that we've built up some starting capital, it's finally time to do the first assassination mission. But before you meet up with Lester, switch to Franklin and save your game in a new slot. When you wake up, invest every dollar from all 3 characters into Beta Pharmaceuticals. Once everyone's money is invested, you can start the mission. Lester's target is this businessman in a pink shirt. All you have to do is take him out to complete the mission, and then travel to your new house to save the game. When you wake up, check your portfolio. If Beta is up 50%, sell it all. Then invest everything into Bilkington. The stock usually takes about a week to hit its low point. Now each time the price goes up, you'll want a quick save on your phone. Then you can sleep without saving and check your stock when you wake up. This way, if the price starts falling, you can load your last save to maximize your return. Once it reaches around 100% profit, sell everything, and your balances should look something like this. Now at this point, you got enough money to start buying weapons, max out your ammo, get those upgrades you've been looking at, and you're going to need them soon. Because in the meantime, we're going to try to squeeze out a little bit more from the stock market. But be warned, these investments aren't as reliable as the assassination missions. So make sure to save your game before each time you invest. First, right after completing Eye in the Sky, invest everything in Vangelico and hold on to the stock until you complete the Paleto heist.
Sweet mother.
To optimize this heist, hire Packy as your gunman, and each character should earn around $450,000 from this mission. Once the heist is complete, sell your Vangelico stock when it reaches around 17%. After surveying the score,
Looks good!
invest in GRU and hold on to it until you complete Fresh Meat.
Trevor Phillips isn't coming.
Then wait about a day, and you should see a modest return of around 10 to 15%. Before starting the next heist,
Come on! What you waiting for?
head to this location and help the woman involved in a car crash. Drive her home safely, and you'll unlock Taliana as a new driver. When planning the bureau raid, choose option B and hire Ricky as your hacker, Daryl as your gunman, and Taliana as your driver. This setup earns Franklin just under $250,000. During legal trouble, Molly has an unfortunate encounter with a jet turbine, which causes the airline stock to crash, making it the perfect time to buy Fly US for cheap. Hold on to this stock until after Meltdown, where Michael defends his house from mercenaries. Then wait about a day for the stock to reach around 100% before selling it. Now, before starting the big score, you'll want to upgrade your getaway vehicle with armor and bulletproof tires. It just makes things a lot easier. For the highest payout, choose option B and hire Taliana as your first driver, Kareem as your second driver, and Norm and Daryl as your two gunmen. With this crew, each character should earn $42 million. But you won't see any of it until you complete the final mission. But first, there's one last stock opportunity. When Franklin gets home, do not step in this circle. This will trigger the final mission. Instead, we want to watch the price of augury insurance closely. When the price is low, invest everything across all three characters, then start the final mission. When you get the choice, choose option C. Complete the mission, then sell augury insurance when it peaks at roughly 100%. Your balances should now look something like this. And somehow, it's still not enough to buy the golf course. This is exactly why we saved the Lester missions for last. Because this is where the magic happens. Before the multi-target assassination, invest everything in Debonair. Once you complete the mission,
Lester better appreciate this.
wait for the stock to go up about 60% before selling. Then move all your money into Redwood and wait about a week. This can return up to 300% or even more. Before the Vice assassination, invest everything in Fruit computers. Once you complete the mission,
You know, I don't even feel bad about it.
wait a few days to sell it for a 25% return. Then invest everything into Facade and wait a few days to sell it for a 33% return. The Bus assassination works differently. You don't need to invest anything beforehand,
Forget about it. Spendthrifts.
but once you complete the mission, invest everything into Vapid and hold it for about a week until it reaches roughly 100% return. Now this is where GTA's economy starts to break. Each character can only hold about $2.1 billion in cash. And Michael will likely hit this cap before he can sell all of his shares. To get around this, make sure to sell his shares manually. Hold the plus button until it maxes out, then remove one share so you stay under the cap, and sell those shares. Before the construction assassination, invest everything into Gold Coast. At this stage, Michael will still have leftover Vapid shares, so you'll need to invest all of his cash, then sell his Vapid shares, and invest that money into Gold Coast as well. After you complete the mission, wait about a day to sell the stock for a 45 to 55% return. For the last stock play, invest everything into Tinkle. Then travel to this location to pick up a stranded businessman. This is Tim, with 2 M's, and he's running late for a flight. As long as you drive him to the airport on time, he'll give you a stock tip.
Buy shares in Tinkle now. You won't regret it.
After you sleep once, Tinkle should climb to roughly 33%. Now at this point you won't be able to cash out all your shares for any character. So you can consider Tinkle as your second bank account. And your final totals should look something like this, with cash and stock combined. So, now comes the fun part. Switch to Michael and start spending. Go buy the golf course, movie theaters, a hangar, private jets, helicopters, boats, anything you want. And when your wallet starts getting low, just sell your Tinkle shares to top off your cash. Then switch to Franklin and Trevor and do the same. Buy all the weapons. Upgrade your vehicles. Max out your ammo. Fill your garage with the most expensive cars you can buy, and do donuts in the golf course. And let me know how much money you ended up with in the comments below. If these steps helped, please leave a like and subscribe for more easy how-to guides.